Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a build guide for the Dread Overlord Warlock, which is a modded subclass in Baldur's Gate 3 patch 7. Now, this is really cool. Look here at all these unique spells that we get. So we obviously get our Inflict Wounds and Fog Cloud, but we get Necrotic Armaments here, which ignites our weapon with the Undying Emperor's Dark Flame for a short period of time, dealing an additional 1 to 4 necrotic damage. Your imbued weapons cannot be discerned by enemies. Flails, maces, scimitars, and sickles wielded offhand are also ignited. So this encourages you to do a dual wielding build as well. And we got a Reclaim Undead here, so sever the link to the undead created by the Curse of the Night of the Living Dead. Regain a minion point for each reclaimed undead. We also get Shield of Souls to summon lost souls from the grave and form them into a protective shield around you. Buying additional souls to your soul shield confer increased protection and unlocks the ability to invoke the spirits to do your bidding, whether for good or for malignant. And so we also get ourselves to create Crawling Claws, perform a grisly ritual on a corpse. Animating Crawling Claws will fight for you. These abominations have necrotic vigor, dealing additional 2 necrotic damage with their attacks and are extremely mobile. Create a pair of Crawling Corpse from a single humanoid corpse, or 4 from a Claw of a Beast turning at level 3. We also have for our subclass features the Dread Cultist. So this is from the Order of Dracolich. You are proficient in flails, maces, scimitars, sickles, and shields. You may also call upon the Dread Overlord's power to ignite your weapon with the necrotic armaments at will. Forbidden lore, we are cursed with profane knowledge. Add +1 to any rolls made in Arcana or History. The Evoker of Spirit Soul Harvest. So you harvest the souls of the dead and bind them within a soul shield for protection or invoke spirits of wrath against your enemies. You can command the souls of the dead to surround you in a protective shield of souls, initially adding +1 to your armor class until long rest. You may bind additional spirits to your soul shield with it. Commit Corpse. Each captured soul provides an additional +1 to your armor class. And you may command a capture soul to do your bidding in combat. As long as you've captured a soul available, you may invoke the spirit to spook your enemies, protect an ally through a ghostly apparition, or wield a vengeful phantasm to strike your enemies. Harvest souls beyond the current capacity of your soul shield. Overcharges, deflecting all weapon and projectiles for a short period of time, resulting in empowered soul shield, gaining additional effects. We also get the Binder of Lost Souls. Your ability to inflict the Night of Living Dead has limited your current minion points to a maximum of 1, and this increases. You may create 2 Clawing Crawls or 4 from beasts using the Clawing Crawls. So lots of options here. We also got our choice in spells like a necrotic, inflict wounds, and fog cloud being good choices here, but Hex is also nice to do necrotic damage, and Hellish Rebuke for extra fire damage. But we get to choose a staff, a flail, or a sickle here for our starting weapon. And then for our ability scores, it's good to go with high charisma and high constitution. You can also go a little higher in your dexterity. So something along the lines of this could work well. And you take our +1, and I guess we'll go +1 there. Yeah, +2 there. So yeah, that's what we'll roll with for our ability scores. And we do have 1 less point than normal, but I'll be going to full build in this video and just kind of going over a general way of doing this guide. So this is a really cool subclass. This is available on Nexus mods. It should hopefully come to the mod manager at some point, but here at level 2, we get ourselves Eldritch Invocation. So Eldritch Blast being the best cantrip that we got. Agonizing Blast, Repelling Blast to push creature back 4.5 meters. And adding our charisma modifier to the damage of our spells is also really nice. For level 3, we get ourselves the Unholy Pact, so the Dread Overlord. Added Unholy Boons to the terms of your pact. Blade Pact holders can apply Bone Chill with their pact weapons, which is huge, stopping targets from healing. Pact of the Chains Fine Familiar includes Andras, the Devil Dog. And Pact of the Tome, it extends their necrotic armaments to their undead minions. So, huge. I think I'm going to go with the Pact of the Chain here to show off what that looks like. Typically, normally you want to use Pact of the Blade. That extra attack is huge. But I'm going to show off the Fine Familiar that we can get there. So, it may not be available, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll go ahead here with our level 4, take the feat. We also get ourselves Bone Chill. And level 2 spells. Hold Person being a good choice, or Darkness. Misty Step is nice too, but using your Warlock spell slots for that feels like a bit of a waste. We'll take our charisma up to 18 with this next level here, and then we're going to continue on to level 5, which gives us the Summoner of the Dead. You know, the Animate Dead spell, which you can cast at will. Binder of the Lost Souls. You have minion points maximum 2, and you can create 4 Crawling Claws or 8 from Beasts. And we get our Andrus the Devil Dog gains additional movement speed. Animate Dead, and we got Spirit Guardians as a spell, which is awesome. Baldur's Invocation, take Devil's Sight. This is really useful. Seeing in Magical Darkness. For our subclass features, improve Soul Harvest. So this just increases the abilities that we got previously, and we can give ourselves Haunting Poltergeist to push enemies away. We give ourselves the increased armor class. You can pause it there if you want to read it, but it's just an increase to what we already previously had. We become resistant to necrotic damage. Imbuing your weapons with necrotic armaments fills you with unholy vigor, making you immune to necrotic damage for a short period of time. Also getting the Vampiric Touch, or we can take Hunger Vidar, but Vampiric Touch is another nice one. Fits alongside this build really well, and it can heal us, so that's another nice choice that you can go with. So at next level, we get ourselves the subclass features, using the power to create greater undead, such as a Skeletal Warlock without expending a Warlock spell slot. And you may summon each type of greater undead in addition to the minor undead from the Animate Dead spell. Summon a Dead, Army of Dead. You raise 2 additional minions every other level, starting at 7 for skeletons and zombies and 11 for ghouls and flying ghouls. We also get the Summoner of the Damned, the Skeletal Warlock. Bind a corpse, the Spirit of Warlock, under your command. This greater undead has access to pack magic from your patron, allowing it to use powerful spells and recharge the spell slots after each short rest. You also get Blade Ward there as a spell, but you can swap it with something else. Counter spell is nice, but we don't have enough spell slots for it. Phantasmal Killer can be okay for doubling psychic damage, because at this point you'd have the Resonance Stone. So that can be an option you go with. Book of Ancient Secrets gives us some extra spells. I like the Confusion on a Warlock spell slot, because that's a really powerful spell. Beguiling Influence is another one. Isn't pretty good. Proficiency in Deception and Persuasion. Pretty useful there, but I want the Confusion. At level 8, we get our Unholy Pact. So Blade Pact holders get a +1 to armor or attack rolls. Pact of the Bane gets Pact of Chain gets Battle Buddies Forever, allowing him to summon Ghost Dogs to his aid. It's pretty cool, further enhancing our abilities. At level 12 or level 8, we'll take an increase to our Charisma there. So we've taken our Charisma up to 20. Ghouls and Flying Ghouls, we can now raise these at will. And we have more minion points. So we can make it a maximum of 12 from Beasts of the Crawling Claws, which is really nice. And then we also get our Flying Ghouls there. And we can get a spell, which I highly recommend Cloud Kill, because poison damage won't hurt undead, so that's super useful. But Hold Monster is also another nice one, because that can stop enemies in their tracks. I really like Minions of Chaos for creating an Elemental. Super useful for just extra tanking. At level 10, we get Summoner of the Damned Giant Skeleton. You can create a Giant Skeleton with a Warlock spell slot. This goes even further, giving us the Captured Souls, gives Reap the Dead. Bunch of different benefits there. Again, pause if you want to read through all of this. And then the Dark Empathy. Dark tendrils emanating from your Shroud de Eternus Vitae are imbued with the life around. You may activate these Dark Empathy to increase the Vampiric Shroud's range and share half the vitality it drains with nearby enemies. Once this effect ends, your Shroud will take some time to refresh. So there's a Giant Skeleton there. Strikes with phenomenal power and has Gargantuan Strike. The Pact of Eternal Life. So wield a Vampiric Shroud that absorbs the vitality of nearby living creatures. Its dark tendrils inflict 1 to 6 necrotic and heal you for 1 to 6, and this shroud persists till your long rest, and affected enemies can bleed. So that packs well with a Wild Heart Barbarian. Minor Illusion for our cantrips, nice to group enemies together, and we're going to go with our Hold Monster there. Pretty cool. And then at our level 11 here, we get another subclass feature. Summoner of the Dead, you can create undead. You may command a Nightmarish Spectral Horror without expending a Warlock spell slot. So create undead level 6 spell, and also the Summoner of the Damned Spectral Horror. Summon in your service a Spectral Horror that devours light in combat. Once per turn, you can spawn the tendrils of the shower, lash at enemies. As a greater undead, it has turn undead and magic resistances. Mystic Arcanum, since we get ourselves the create undead, that's not one we can choose. Circle of the Dead's really good, because if we have the Staff of Cherished Necromancer, we can keep casting this repeatedly, because this is a level 6 spell and it replenishes a spell slot whenever you take an enemy with it, so that can be really nice. I'm going to take Vampiric Touch, because that just fits on the theming of this build very well. And then level 12, Life Drinker is really the best. Pack weapons add additional necrotic damage to our Charisma modifier, and Alert for +5 to initiative is pretty good too, so that's what we'll go with for our final feat. Now, what this looks like in combat, we have lots of options here, so we can go with our summon in our Find Familiar here, which we have our Devil Dog, Quasit, or Imp. I would recommend going with the Devil Dog because this is just a really solid choice there. So you can see there we got a similar to Scratch Andress, the Devil Dog, which has Summon Ghostly Fire Team. So I'm glad that worked. It wasn't working for me earlier, but I finally got that to work. So you can call in your Ghost Dogs, which is pretty cool. So you got these. And then we also have our dog here, which can also use Ghostly Step to teleport around, Terrifying Howl, which will frighten enemies, and it also has Shadow Bite. So typically what we want to be doing is claiming as much undead as we can. So we can use this to imbue our weapon with necrotic energy, so that gives us the Unholy Vigor, and then minion points counter. So we got lots of different ways to attack there. We got our Animate Dead, so we can animate zombies, skeletons, etc. We can also summon in the Skeletal Warlock or the Giant Skeleton too. And they also have like our Conjure Elemental, which is nice just to have an extra ally on our side. So I'll go with an Air Elemental there. So what we want to be doing typically in combat, I guess I'll go out into combat and just start wrecking stuff up. Because we want to reanimate things as much as possible. So the point of this build is to just be attacking and raising the dead. So this is pretty much a Warlock, but also a very nice Necromancer. So we can do stuff like, I guess we'll have someone else cast our Darkness for us. I don't know if I have someone else with Darkness. But what we want to be doing, oh yeah, we got ourselves this. So we can basically attack people and then get ourselves the ability to, I attacked the dog by accident. Crap. I want to take out him and then raise a corpse from him. I don't know why it's selecting the dog over him, but we'll go there, take him out. So now he's going to be dead, and then what we can use is we can take our take this and summon it from his corpse. So not enough space. We'll move the dog. If we can switch that, take out the dog, and we want to summon in our zombies with as many bodies as you can. So there we go. We're going to create the Warlock. So boom. That's gross, but Zombie Warlock. And then this has its own spells. It has a Corruption ranged attack, Ray of Sickness, and a bunch of other things. So we can just exit our turn-based mode there, and then continue to raise more undead. So this can cause people to run away from you, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So we're just going to shut the door there. No one can see. Turn-based mode, and then go ahead with our spells to attack. And I guess we can just use ranged attacks. So the nice thing is with this build is we're very much so a strong Necromancer, as well as we are a we are also a Warlock. So we have all the benefits of being a Warlock. We also got Spirit Guardians. So lots of cool things here. It's upcasted Spirit Guardians, mind you, so even better. We also have the Vampiric Shroud here, so this gives us some extra damage, and then also buffing up our necrotic weapons there. We can use this Shadowheart to just attack them. And, oh, got a miss. So that started combat, that's fine. We'll just get our dog to go and attack. And once we're able to take them out, we can just exit our turn-based combat, bring in some more zombies. So we got our giant skeleton next, which is we got
someone in view of a suspected murder is
we'll try to talk our way out of it.
Bribe your way out of.
Difficulty class 20. And we got ourselves a critical failure on that one. But the thing, I got a lot of inspiration, so I want to show off the giant critical success. There we go. I want to show off the giant skeleton because it's pretty cool. And so we'll summon this in, and then we get ourselves a giant skeleton to further do our bidding. That is a huge skeleton. And then we can just go attack. Well, we got someone in the doorway there. So basically what you want to be doing is starting combat as much as possible, summoning in your undead, and then going hard with those. So I guess I have high initiative here, so we'll take out someone else. Typically you want to be summoning undead as much as possible, so we'll attack Flaming Fist there. I am playing on Tactician, so this makes it a little bit more challenging. Critical hit. And then I have my Cloud Kill and even a bunch of other options for damage, so like Circle of Death, which would hit hit everyone here. Unfortunately, I'm just going to do that anyways. Oh, we got a counter spell, of course. But yeah, typically what you want to be doing is summoning in as much undead as you can, and also you can reclaim the undead if you want to. You can also go ahead and use the crawling claws, which will create a bunch of claws that run around and deal damage for you. So yeah, this is a pretty fun Necromancer, Warlock, the undead. And if you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.